from China really come to the fore in the last year or so. Well, he's in this final looking to put himself in the winners group.
Ding's break off in the deciding frame of his match with Ali Carter. Saw the cue ball rebound from the jaws of the left-hand corner pocket into the pack of reds. Ali Carter had a terrific opportunity, but just failed to pot a red into the right centre pocket. And that's why Ding is here contesting this final. That's a terrific pot from John Higgins to begin with. Reasonable position on the black. If you can just pot the black and run through the red above it, he could very likely be on a red to the left corner. No pace required here. Well, it could have finished better, but he does have a red. Certainly to the left centre. Is he on this one over the right centre?
It would appear so. In terms of previous meetings, this is how hard they are to split. In every competition, including the Championship League, they played 30 times. It's 14 each with 2 draws, so you know it's going to be hard to prize them apart. Higgins has had the best of it of late. Of course, his form the last couple of years has been by far the stronger. He's won the last 3 meetings, but let's see. He's in first. Higgins, the champion in this event in 2017 and 2018. Both times he came into this group, Group 7, and went on to win the overall title.
Played
that pretty well, but he is the wrong side of the blue. John has a choice here. He doesn't have to come in and out of bulk if he doesn't want to. I think he's quite comfortable playing this red from mid-distance.
18.
He's just left this a little awkward, John. Not particularly comfortable on this shot.
$19. Give me a minute, please, John.
Well, this could be terrifically difficult for our referee John Pellu, who may have to try and somehow put the pink in amongst about a group of 3 or 4 reds here. There's very little room for manoeuvre.
Steady hands required here. Has to be, of course, in a line with the spots. Can't touch a ball.
$25.
Yes, well done, John.
$26.
It was so important that John got the right side of the blue there, and he's just about made it. But he had to play for a red that he didn't want to have to play for. This one that's near the side cushion.
31.
And the way to play this ideally is to drop it in pocket weight. But it makes the pot a little tricky. Could come around the back of the black and play it in the same pocket. Well, he dealt with that
32.
well. And now an ideal opportunity for John to go into the pack of reds, because he should be on the red that's next to the cue ball.
39. 40.
Well, as we know, they've scored so well between the two of them in the course of this group, it may well just be about who gets first chance in each frame. Higgins is in first here.
$47.
Great to see Ding again after what's been a difficult couple of years for him. I'm sure he's been very proud
48.
that the young Chinese players have taken on the mantle, but he's by no means done himself yet. He's only 34. Slipped down to 30 in the world rankings, trying to get confidence ahead of some big tournaments still to come this season. And he would certainly get confidence if he got into the winners group.
55.
But first of all, he's got to get past one of the all-time greats. John Higgins making a great start here.
$56.
Break goes to 61. The lead is 61.
61.
So just this red and black required to leave Ding needing snookers.
$62.
Yeah, it's a perfect start, isn't it?
69.
This red to stop any playing on. And it could yet be a 7th century in the group for John Higgins.
This has been a wonderful start to this match from John Higgins. He's
77.
hardly put a foot wrong. Potted a couple of excellent balls to keep the break going, particularly at the beginning. And now he can relax and try and, as you say, Dave, make his 7th century.
$83. $84.
Well, the only good news for Ding, well actually, of course Ding's not top now, is he? Ali Carter is. Good news for Ali Carter is that Higgins can't beat the 141. Yeah, Ding twice held the high break, 134 and 138. Ali went past him.
92.
Well, this is just the perfect start, isn't it? Red for his 7th century of the group. What a way to
99.
start the final.
$100. $107. $109.
Just perfect cue ball control.
112.
And that's what I'm saying. You know, there may not be many errors in this final. There may not be many opportunities. It may be about who just gets in first. They're both supremely talented break builders.
116. 121. 127.
Well, hasn't he controlled this well? Black for a total clearance of 134. What a start from the twice winner of the
134,
Championship
the
League,
first
John
frame.
Higgins.
John Higgins.
Frame 1 of the Group 7 final, a 1-3-4. He leads Ding Junhui 1-0. So 134 total clearance from John Higgins to start the final. It's best of 5, first to 3 to go through to winners group.
Thank you, second
Ding
frame.
Junhui really just a spectator there.
John Higgins to break.
Higgins now has made 7 centuries in this 2-day group.
Ding Junhui comes to the table under immediate pressure now, having seen that fantastic 1-3-4 total clearance from John Higgins. He'll feel that he can't afford to make a mistake. Now John potted a red very similar to this to begin his break, and Ding knocked one in on the other side of the table. Oh, he can. It's amazing.
1.
That's a terrific pot from Ding. Nicely on the black. Now, can he make the most of his opportunity? It's his first one of the match. Chance here in potting this red to the right corner to bring
8.
further reds into play, but controlling the cue ball is of paramount importance here, and he hasn't managed it.
9.
No, I mean, like you say, could have been away here, couldn't he, if he got on the black and opening the reds up. The big break was there for the taking, but didn't happen.
He's actually considering playing the black to the right centre pocket. Thought better of it.
Ding Junhui 9.
Mistakes. It's all about who makes the least number of them in a best of 5 sprint. But that was a chance for Ding. So many players do leave that low angle on a red to bring the pack into play and develop reds, but it's so easy to allow the cue ball to slip away, and that's what happened there for Ding. Needs another opportunity if he can get one.
I'm sure he wasn't surprised though by the way Higgins began, because he's not like he's playing someone, you know, down the rankings who he's a big favourite to beat. He's playing someone he'll have the utmost respect for, one of the all-time greats of the game, still playing terrific stuff 30 years into his career. So Ding knows that he's got to produce that form as well. He won't win this match, you know, playing his B game. He's got to bring his A game. He did have a chance there, but we'll have to wait to see if he gets another one. Maybe a shot to nothing here for Higgins. Yeah, it was a big chance actually with his hand on the table.
1. Green ball.
Still a fantastic pot though, but Ding will be delighted that John didn't land on a bulk colour there.
John Higgins. 1.
And even more delighted that he's not coming to the table in a snooker. That safety shot from John Higgins has certainly developed the Reds nicely now for both players. One chance is all that may be required. So this safety exchange is crucial.
It's getting ridiculous actually, how good these pots are. I mean, Higgins has played well in this group, but the sign so far is that he's saving his best for the final. This is a big shot though. Yes, that was. It felt like a big shot playing down for Reds. So Ding knows already in just a frame and a bit that he's not going to get many chances. He's really got to try and make the most of any opportunity, and this is one. Yeah, the first red from John Higgins was outstanding, but there was very little pressure attached to hit because I don't think he felt there was any chance of leaving Ding an opportunity. But that was a different kettle of fish when he took on the brown. He knew that it could be very costly if he didn't knock it in, and he did miss it by several inches. So this is a great chance for Ding now.
5.
Doesn't have an angle to hold for the blue here, but he can certainly play for the black. Well, I have to confess to being a little surprised. It has to be said though that the black, if it were on its spot, wouldn't be ideal for Ding because the reds are all around the pink spot area. It's the pink that Ding would love to have back on its spot, but as you can see it's surrounded by reds a little.
9.
Legend has it that he first discovered cue sports. He went to a pool club with his dad, and his dad, in the middle of the game, needed the toilet, so off he went. And when he came back, he found that his young boy had cleared the table. That was his first time even holding a cue. So signs then, he was only, 9 or 10, there were signs then that there was something about cue sports that appealed to him. And his dad took him to the National Training Centre in China to get the best coaching, came
16.
through the junior ranks and was successful in international amateur events until he got on the tour at a very young age. He was 16, came to the UK. It was obviously quite hard to get used to, completely different culture, but of course won his home event in 2005 at the age of 18, and that started the Chinese snooker boom. It was the start of his career of winning titles, and he's had a great career, as I said yesterday with Phil, but it's not just about titles with him, it's about the legacy he's left for Chinese snooker, and we've seen that recently, of course, with Yan Bingtao, Xiao Jingtong, and we'll see it, I'm sure, with several others in the coming years. They all came through the system that was set up
24.
in the wake of Ding's early success.
I remember when Ding did start to break through as a youngster on the tour. I actually played him, and I remember completely being in awe of how technically brilliant Ding was. He was like a human metronome, he really was, and still is in some ways.
25.
He's got a fantastic technique, beautiful cueist, very economical. As I said in his previous match, very much like Steve Davis back in the day. He really has honed technique. He's so still on the shot, very straight cueist, very flat trajectory with his cue. Doesn't move a muscle, keeps his head perfectly still.
31.
Really is a model professional.
Well, he's got himself into a strong position in this second frame after Higgins missed that brown.
$32.
Just needs to try and close it out now. Of course, he has his own academy now in Sheffield, in the city centre there, where several top professionals
38.
spend their time practicing.
$39.
You really are seeing a very, very high standard of play here. And Ding's performance here in this second frame is certainly sending a signal to John Higgins. And he's certainly not going to have it all his own way.
45.
He's in for a tough match here. Both of them are.
$46.
The previous red was frame ball. Could we see a second century here? There's enough on.
53.
So far, it's been the sort of match I think we were expecting, certainly hoping for, in terms of quality.
54.
Because Ding is a former winner of this Championship League a decade ago now, 2012.
60. $61.
Perfectly on this red, just to stun up for the blue
68.
off the side cushion. Just makes getting on the yellow much easier.
69.
Green is the only obvious difficulty, but I don't think it'll trouble Ding the way he's queuing.
74. 76. 79.
Well, it seems fitting that such a high quality group has ended with already a high quality final. We've only had 2 frames. It looks like it's going to be 2 centuries.
88.
Ding's form may have dipped, but the class is there and it's coming out here.
94.
So John Higgins won the opening frame with a break of 134. Ding needs the black to reply with 101. And it was all from that missed brown from John Higgins. This is some standard between the two of them. 2 frames, 2 centuries, all square in the Group 7 final at 1 each.
Yes, okay.
One each then, an exchange of centuries. 134 from Higgins, 101 from Ding. First to 3 is the winner of the Group 7 final here at the Championship League.
Ding Junhui to break.
John coming around the table just to see if there's a chance he could cut this red into the left centre, but the cube will be heading into the pack of reds, I feel. But that is a shot that players play, using the side of the pack to deflect the cue ball over for choice of pink and black, and that has really been played wonderfully well again from John Higgins. You can see the risk attached to that, taking the cue ball into the pack of reds the way he did. Now he's on the pink, but getting onto the next red could be a bit of a challenge here. They're all blocking each other at first glance.
John Pellew once again just asking for a moment to get this pink into position. He once famously took part in the Harlem Shake at the Welsh Open. This was a craze about a decade ago on the internet. They did it at the snooker. And it's on YouTube if you want to look it up. John, well, one of his finest hours. Certainly gave it everything. This is a rather more sedate affair this evening.
Eight.
How on earth has John Higgins found that gap there? The pot itself on the black was very well executed. He was just hoping for a cannon on the middle red of those three there, and missed it by a whisker. If he's not on a red, he can think himself very unfortunate.
15. John Higgins, 15.
Well, that's going to go down as a reprieve for Ding after what we've seen so far in the match.
Yeah, it's what I was saying earlier about a little bit of run of the ball can make such a difference in these short format matches. Well, I wonder if Ding will consider taking a red on here to the right corner, because if he can leave the cue ball somewhere near the top cushion, I don't think he'd leave an awful lot for John. And the black's waiting for him if he can knock it in. Problem is, it would be tied up because of the red near the black spot. But at first glance, I don't see an easy path back to bulk here.
One.
Well, complicated matters by screwing back into bulk, but it didn't trouble Ding. This was a fantastic pot from him again. And you don't often see Ding play a shot like that. That's more Judd Trump's bag. But he's knocked in a good green. One more good pot required and he'll be right in amongst the balls.
Well, it's good to see him looking so confident. You know, we've not seen that much of him really since he won the UK Championship, but he's looking, as I say, really confident here. Another good pot, that.
5.
This is where it's just going to be a bit difficult for Ding. The blue's no good to him now. He's too straight on it, having to play the brown to get this cue ball among the reds. That's another good pot from Ding. That was missable, but is he on a red? If that cue ball keeps running, he will be.
9.
Want it to be on the red that's near the black spot. Just a couple of inches short of pace, it seems.
Well, the breaks had to come to an end, but he is looking dangerous. And Higgins, of course, will have noted that.
John would love to block off the left-hand side of the table if he can. It's much more dangerous playing a safety shot down the right-hand side because of the red near the cushion. Has he managed it here? Oh, he certainly has. He's just about snookered Ding on all but one red. So will Ding attempt this red into the right-hand corner pocket and similarly screw back to bulk again? Must be a very inviting target to try and get that cue ball in behind green and brown on the bulk cushion. But it's not an easy angle to find. Ding would have to flirt with cannoning into the black. Maybe a chance for John here though. Could play one of the reds right of picture. Try and get that cue ball in behind green and brown in the middle of the bulk cushion.
This feels like the calm before an inevitable storm in this frame. Still fancy a big break from one of these two. It's just about who potentially gets in next.
Yeah, absolutely, Dave. No easy shot back into bulk here for John. He'd have to catch this red pretty thinly. Found a good one there. Cannoned a secondary red, but thin enough to still allow the cue ball to escape to bulk. He was very fortunate there, Dave, wasn't he? He caught that too thin, but somehow he's got him behind the yellow.
I don't think Dean could quite believe that he just took a sort of extra roll, that cue ball, didn't it? And it could. Who knows? It could make a big difference here.
Yeah, I think the cue ball may have just about glanced the top jaw of the middle pocket, just to widen the angle a fraction. But as that cue ball approached the yellow, it just seemed to sort of veer in towards it. And as you say, Ding has a problem here. He'll be very pleased now that the black is tied up. Can he somehow get towards that red that's near the top cushion behind the black spot? That looks pretty safe if he can get there. But he's playing the two cushion glancing escape. Well, it wasn't the usual angle that you'd play that shot from. Normally you play that with a bit of side spin, running side, and cannon a red that's somewhere nearer the pink spot. That was a much trickier shot to try and find the angle for.
One.
So it did make a difference, and Higgins is back in this frame. Next week he defends his Players' Championship title in Wolverhampton. That's the tournament he won last year for the loss of only 4 frames against world-class opposition. He beat Jordan Brown, who just won the Welsh Open. He beat Mark Selby, who only scored 7 points against him. Kyron Wilson and Ronnie O'Sullivan, and lost just 4 frames the whole week. Sensational. And that's the thing, he's still producing that sort of snooker. We've seen him reach 4 finals this season.
Yeah, I was going to just say, Dave, that he's in that sort of shape with his game here in this Championship League. He looks to be queuing remarkably well.
$13.
He's going to have to really think his way through this break, though. There's not much going in that right-hand corner, that's for sure. Somehow he's going to have to try and bring this cue ball over to this right-hand half of the table, I think, unless something does pass. Maybe just this red that's near the black spot does. Is there some way John can cannon that red away from the black, I wonder?
19. $20.
Well, good 8 or 9 inches short of pace. Wanted to play the pink into the right-hand centre pocket, but, well, I don't think his next red is going to be an easy one, even if he knocks his pink in. Well, that's end of break now.
26. John Higgins, 26.
Well, pushes a red safe. 32 in front. Gets Ding very close to the back cushion.
Well, if Ding does try to return the cue ball to bulk here, it'll be a very good shot. He's got to be careful here of the double kiss. That red's very close to the cushion. Missed it altogether.
Foul. And a miss. 4. John Higgins. Put it back. Okay. Think just put by the put that right. But yeah, John. Thank you.
Well, he's played a really good shot at the second attempt. So this frame is in the balance. Higgins is in front, but only by 36. Different frame to the first two, which each had a century.
There's no easy way that John can play the cue ball back to bulk here without risking developing the two reds and the black, which he really doesn't want to do. This is a very awkward spot that John's in here. He could even play the red that's the right of the two that are on the top cushion. But again, he'd be edging it towards the black and the reds. Again, he doesn't want to do that. So he too is playing the two cushion glancing escape.
Foul. And a miss.
He can have
4.
one more go at this
Junhui.
before the warning will be given by referee John Pellew.
Yeah, of course, yesterday Higgins won a frame. It was actually for the match against Ricky Walden when he fell foul of the 3-miss rule. His third attempt, the ball drifted to the path of the pink.
Little bit more there. You tell me where, John. Yeah. You were snookered. Bit more again. Right. What couldn't you see? You couldn't see those two.
I could see him. I don't know if I could see the one next to the black. I could definitely see.
You could catch. See the bottom cush, yeah? You could see that side of it, right? Can you?
No, I couldn't. I could see that bottom red. No, I couldn't see that bottom red. The one below the black spot.
Yeah. Okay.
Well, as you can see, that red has run towards the corner pocket, so Ding with an opening. There's work to do here. It's a little bit awkward where the reds are, but a chance to get in nonetheless.
One.
Played for the blue there, Ding. Just an ounce too much stun on the cue ball. But he can still do something from the green. He'd love that black in place somehow. Is there a way he can find a shot to play that could cannon that red away from the black somehow? Oh, this next red is tricky.
4.
Still 31 points behind. Plenty to do.
Ding Junhui 4.
I don't think that's going to hurt Ding too much, missing that red. Eventually, one of these players is going to develop the reds and the black, and then this frame could be wide open still. is there a chance here for Ding to do something about that red and black? This whole frame hinges on what happens with those balls in this right hand corner area here. If Ding can just get a chance, this frame could be anybody's still. He's done it. Now, how's the cue ball? Needs to keep running. Oh, I think Ding will be delighted with that. This frame now is beginning to open up. Well, John has tied the black up again here, but I wonder if Ding can play a 3-ball plant. He's looking at it now. If he can just cannon the black on the high side as we look, he could easily knock that red in that's close to the black. I don't think he'll be far away with this.
One.
Well, Ding made a bit of a hash of his attempt at the 3-ball plant, but this was an excellent red from John. It didn't appear as though he had the full pocket to aim at there. So the blue goes in, the lead goes to 34. Huge favourite here, John Higgins. Given the position of these reds, just look at them.
Seven.
So John pots the blue, he'll be 40 points ahead. He has an angle here to take the cue ball in and out of bulk and back towards these 4 reds to try and disturb them.
Well, there was all sorts happening there, wasn't there? But he has landed on a red. Let's watch this again. Sort of flirts with the knuckle there and clips the black, clips a red. He's on a red. That'll do.
$13.
John was very fortunate from the blue. The cue ball caught the near knuckle, which narrowed the angle completely, took the cue ball into the black and reds. But he'd be very disappointed with the positional shot that he's just played. But he's still heavily in control of this frame. Chance to put a bulk colour safe, he's done that.
John
So Ding
Higgins,
comes to the
13.
table, 41 points behind, 51 remaining.
Higgins determined to keep Ding in the long grass, holding a useful lead, just patiently waiting for a chance to kill the frame off.
Great shot from Ding. Can John see any of this red that's below the pink? No, a gentle swerve is needed. Well, Ding has a great chance here to snooker John Higgins tight in behind the black, bring the awkward red into play. I think I'll be trying to play this red just above the blue spot a little. Why is he going to take the red on to the left centre? This is tough.
One.
Terrific pot from Ding. Didn't have to take it on. Does that black pot? Well, it does. That's a bonus. And he brought the awkward red into play. It's incredible how just a couple of shots can make such a difference to a frame. Ding now has a chance to get right back into this.
Yes, earlier on, of course, Higgins put the green safe for this very eventuality in case Ding got in like this. So we'll see how significant that will become here. But Ding at least has the chance to turn the screw a bit in this frame.
Well, I certainly don't blame Ding now for taking the red to the centre pocket. I didn't think the black would pop.
16.
That was why I thought he may decide to snooker John Higgins, and that would make the black available, but it was anyway. So 25 points behind. As you say, Dave, the green is Ding's difficulty. Now, Ding has a choice here. He could play the blue, leave himself fairly straight on the yellow, try to leave the cue ball pretty much where the yellow is. He could then double the green, and he'd be nicely on the brown. Great attempt. Oh, he's on the yellow, I don't believe it.
Well, for a moment I thought he'd cut this green in, which would have been horrible. But it's hung on, and that little kiss on the yellow means he can pot it. So, wow, what a chance now. Brown, of course, is also going to play its part here. Brown to blue in particular.
Thank you. 24.
Ding can pot this as thin as he likes, this green, and he can take the cue ball across the table towards the brown and try and promote it towards that left-hand corner pocket. This frame hangs in the balance. Ding's decided to play for the brown.
27.
Well, he's going to have to play this with quite a lot of pace. He doesn't have a lot of angle to work with.
Yeah, this really feels like the key shot now.
$31.
Well, it's been some effort, this. 3 balls to go to take the frame. You don't win many frames against John Higgins from that sort of position where Higgins has got a couple of balls safe for security. Oh, he knew, didn't he? He knew straight away.
Ding, jing,
All that effort.
31.
And Higgins now just needs the blue. Well, that's a real body blow.
Yeah, if ever you needed evidence of what pressure can do to a player, you saw it there with Ding. He missed that blue by a long way.
Yeah, it was shaping up to be, You know, the best clearance probably of the 2 days. He needs a snooker, but he's going to be in one.
John Higgins 5.
So, well, first things first, escape. Don't leave it on. Got to hit it first. And he may have done. He may.
6.
Well, maybe not then.
John Higgins.
He's
frame
conceded,
frame
and John Higgins relieved to have had the chance at the blue. Dramatic frame that. It's gone to the Scotsman. John Higgins leads Ding Junhui 2-1. We're underway in frame 4 of the Group 7 final. John Higgins 2, Ding Junhui 1. And Higgins has broken off, left that chance. But Ding fails to clip it in. He must be so disappointed after frame 3, the way that ended. He had a good chance to complete the clearance, but missed the blue by some way, and it's all Higgins needed.
Yeah, I wonder if Ding regrets playing for the brown the way he did. Not trying to just knock it towards the bulk corner pocket. It wouldn't have been a difficult cannon to play really, but anyway, he had the chance. I think he knew it'd be such a body blow to John Higgins if he could have stolen that frame from him. And in the end, it was Ding that felt the pressure the most. I wonder if there's a 3-ball plant here for John Higgins. There are 2 reds in that little group there below the pink. They look close to the corner pocket for me, and Ding didn't spot them. But John has, and they look dead set, don't they? Just a touch fortunate there, Ding. John could easily have been left a choice of reds in this right corner. He's just tightening up a little, Ding, I feel. He's decelerated on just the last couple of shots, for my money.
Yeah, since he won that UK Championship title in 2019, it was the end of 2019, so just over 2 years, he's not been past the quarter-finals of a ranking event. So, you know, he's been so used to winning tournaments, getting to finals, semi-finals, not been in one. The pandemic, when it hit, was hard. He was stuck in the UK, his family were back in China, so he spent a long time apart from his wife and their young daughter. Very difficult. And must have affected his form. He had a good break after the season, went back to China, and together again now. But when you lose just a slight edge, there's so many good players, you know, who are sharper, and that's what he's trying to get back, that sharpness that he had for so long. And that's why I think if he could get to the winners' group, it would be big for him. It's a little sign that things maybe are turning round. Oh, that'll do. take them wherever they go in. It's flown in the right corner.
Wow, that could throw an entirely different light on this final. Playing the yellow, cue ball in behind the brown. Could have been tighter, but a snooker's a snooker, I guess. Look at the way these reds are spread around the table here. John would love to be able to get to those two reds near the left corner, but he's got a lot of traffic to try and negotiate. No margin for error with this. Too much side spin. He's left Ding an opportunity, and I think John has left the very red that Ding would like to get out of the way near the black spot.
One. Eight. It's okay, son.
Well, Ding has awkward queuing on both reds, one with the rest to the right corner and this red that's near the pink to the left centre, but I think this is the red I'd be playing. It makes the two reds above it available into the same pocket.
Not everyone could play it like that.
9.
Well, not without injuring themselves anyway.
Oh, he's been lucky there, Ding. I'm surprised he decided to take the cue ball across the table, because shorter pace could have been a problem. But as it is, that cue ball's just dropped in a perfect position for Ding. But all of a sudden now he has the cue ball in perfect position
14.
and a chance to take us into a deciding frame.
$15.
Yeah, it just shows you the importance of getting top side of that blue. Had to come in and out of
20.
bulk. He's caught the brown. So from being ideally in, it's now, well, possibly end of break.
Yeah, he could still take this red on and avoid cannoning others. Well, it's a good job it went in. I think he tried to come around the
21.
back of those. Wow, the break continues.
Well, it's an adventurous break, isn't it, Dominic? I mean, it started with that fluke. He's had a couple of touches since then, but, well, he's still on the high wire. It's not fallen off yet. It would set it up nicely, wouldn't it, if we could get one more frame between the two of them to decide this group.
27. 28.
I think the top red of the three does pot to this corner. You can clearly see that it goes there. Pink's available for ding, which is very handy because the black at the moment just pots into the right corner.
35.
Well, if he's on the red nearest this left corner, that would be a real bonus for ding, because then the two reds to the right of it will both pot.
$36. $42. 43. 50.
The half century's up. It's been an eventful break. Can he press on now and get this frame one? Because, of course, he didn't in the third frame when he was trying to clear up. Eventually missed a blue.
51.
In fact, didn't get close to it. But this is a big chance to take us all the way.
So Ding has played for this red near the left corner.
57.
It's a thin cut, but it shouldn't be a problem.
$58.
So break goes to 58, 59 the lead. So just this pink and one more red, and we should be heading the distance.
Sort of felt like a match that was going to be close when they played in the round robin phase.
64.
Higgins won 3-2. And if Ding pots this, it's going to be another decider. So this time he didn't
65.
falter despite a couple of little potential slip-ups along the way.
$72. 73.
Still work to do, but potential for another century. We've had two in the final already.
$80.
Not much Higgins hasn't seen before. Okay, Ding started the break with a fluke, but
81.
he's kept it going really nicely in the end, and it's just a matter of how many he makes now.
Well, you can expect some pressure in this deciding frame and the odd
88.
mistake, I'm sure, because of it. But for now, Ding can just enjoy these
89.
remaining balls here with the pressure off him.
$96.
Well, in a
97.
high-quality group, John Higgins has made 7 century breaks, and Ding has now made 6.
$104. $106.
He's had 2
$109.
centuries in the final, and the frightening thing is he could still lose it, because that's the standard.
$113.
But he goes into it with good thoughts as opposed to negative thoughts after losing that last frame the way he did. It was a missed blue on that occasion, but
118.
here this break started with a fluke. There were a couple of hairy moments early on, but Ding has done the business to take us to one more frame.
124.
And in the end, it's a terrific clearance
131
of 131
Ding
from
Junhui.
Ding Junhui. So the final of Group 7 rests on one last frame. It's John Higgins 2, Ding Junhui 2. All on this frame then to decide who clinches the last place in the winners group of the Bet Victor Championship League. John Higgins and Ding Junhui are level at
Okay, thank
2-2.
you,
This
gentlemen.
is the decider.
Deciding frame. Ding Junhui to break.
This final's been full of quality. Ding's had 2 centuries. Higgins has had 1. Who is going to prevail? Already got 3 Chinese players in the winners group. Liang Wenbo, Zhao Jingtong and Yan Bingtao. And indeed we have 2 Scots there, Graham Dott and Scott Donaldson, the other player Stuart Bingham.
So difficult to get that cue ball tight to the cushion rails because it's so fast, this bedcloth. And that's a bit of a mistake from John. Ding has us tempted to either the far left corner or the left centre. Right. That was a chance for Ding. But has he been fortunate? I think he has. And it's that little bit of luck here and there that can win you a match. Once again, John. Oh, must be 10 inches off that top cushion. And again, Ding has a tempter. Well, he's shaping up to play it. Does he play the red to the yellow pocket or the left centre? I think it's the centre. No. Another chance for Ding. Has gone astray, but this time I think he has left this red to the same centre pocket for John Higgins. Can he manage to knock it in?
One.
Well, nobody would be surprised if John Higgins won this in one visit, but of course he's not as straightforward as that. But he is in first.
6. Seven.
It's not going to be an easy break for John, this. The two reds that are next to the black, John would love to get rid of, but getting on them is going to be awkward. And he's looking pretty straight on this blue. I don't think he's got a lot of angle here to work with. Oh, he's played a wonderful shot there. He's on the very red he needed to be on, the one just to the left of the black. And if you can remove that, the one that's next to the black becomes available. Big chance this now for John Higgins.
Well, it was, but the red has stayed out. Wow. That was an unexpected little slip-up from the 4 times world champ. And he can't believe it.
One.
There's such a lot of pressure on these guys, isn't there, Dave? This is the one frame that they need to put their place in the winners group to have a chance to lift this title.
Yeah, it's unlike any other group, isn't it? Because you can't come back for the next one. You know, normally if this was the Group 1 final, you'd think, OK, well, I want to win, but if I don't, I'm back for Group 2. But that doesn't apply here. It's either you win and you're through, or you lose and you're out.
Well, it wasn't a bad effort from Ding to get good position on the blue. He may be able to take the cue ball in and out of bulk here and play for red into the left corner. Oh, he's caught the bump of the middle pocket. That's end of break, I'm afraid.
6.
He tried to play the cue ball without any side spin at all and play for that red next to the black, but that's not an easy shot. But he's got to look at the positives.
6.
John Higgins missed that simple red. Ding Can think himself lucky he was back to the table so quickly, but he's played a good safety there. Well, that's a mistake from John. Caught the end red and has left a chance for Ding. Needed to take the cue ball into the middle of the pack of reds there and didn't, but Ding has potted that red on the thick side, that's why he's so straight on the blue. And this is going to be awkward for Ding. Well, that red that's on the end of the pack must be available.
6.
There's a real edge of tension in the air. Now we're down to the wire, last frame of the whole group.
Seven.
Just can't find a good positional shot, Ding. He's having to pull out some good pots here to keep the break going.
13.
But he really has developed the black now. And he does have a chance at this red to the left centre. But he can't apply any spin except top spin to the cue ball. Yeah, long way off. Had to trust to luck for position. Oh, he's been very fortunate there, Ding.
Junhui 13.
That could have been a very costly mistake. Again, run of the ball. Crucial. Well, this is going to be very awkward for the players now. Red on the bulk cushion. 2 reds on this top cushion. Where do you leave the cue ball now? In the middle of nowhere, basically, is the answer.
Foul. And a miss. 4. Ding Junhui. You happy there, John? Yeah. Thank you.
So 11 points in it in the decider. You just get the feeling this could end up being a rather edgy affair all the way down to the last few balls. We'll see.
Ding will be very dismayed at seeing that red ball rebound from the middle pocket jaw into a potable position for John. If he does take it on, position to the black is possible. Oh, what a pot from John Higgins.
Well,
And he is on the black. But there's pressure on this. This has to go in.
eight. Yes, okay.
Just noticed something on the cue ball. Doesn't want any bad contacts at this stage. Well.
John Higgins, 8.
Yeah, just, I think, illustrates that, as you say, the pressure's on, definitely. We're down right to the wire in this final last frame. And it's edgy.
You can see how much winning this group means to the players. If winning the group didn't mean anything, there wouldn't be any pressure. But it's Ding has the opportunity at last to go into this little group of 7 reds. But they're not sort of linked to one another. There's a set of 4, there's a set of 2, and one on its own there. How will they develop? No guarantee here that Ding will be on anything. Went it to them with a fair bit of pace, but they didn't really break very well for Ding, but he is on this red, so the break continues. And the bottom red of that group of 5 looks as though it will pot into this left corner. This is a great chance for Ding. And he's played a perfect positional shot there just to drop this blue in. Big chance this for Ding now.
Yes, he's not quite the forgotten man of Chinese snooker, because how can you forget Ding? But certainly younger players have come to the fore in recent times, which I'm sure he's delighted by, to see the next generation making their mark. But equally, Ding is still a relatively young man, isn't he? He's only 34. He's got plenty more to give,
14.
and he may yet be giving it in the winners group. Next few shots will tell us.
15.
It's a great chance to get this one now.
Yes, Ding will be beginning to feel very good now about winning this match from here, but how straight is he on this black? Oh, had to power it in, and this isn't great by any means. There is a red, I think, that will cut to the left centre, but it's very missable.
Junhui, 22.
We've seen plenty of signs of nerves and tension this deciding frame, and that was another one right there. Now, can John get through to this red to the centre? He can. 25 points behind. There are a couple of difficult reds now for John. This could go right down to the last few balls.
1.
Yeah, the signs were there, weren't they, that, you know, it was going to take certainly more than one visit to win this decider after a couple of nervy ones early on. Higgins back in. The thing is, to win the group, you have to put in so much effort over 2 days.
6.
You have to play 6 round robin matches to put yourself in the top 4. Then you have to win the semi-final. Then it all comes down to this final. It's the last group, so no coming back for the next one. The winners group is what you're trying to get into.
7.
So when it's 2-2, you can understand it when the pressure's on.
$14. 15.
John is about to play for the last of the easy reds before the work really has to begin, and the pressure will really begin to tell.
$20. 21.
Controlled the cue ball well there, John. Can just drop him behind this red now on the top cushion. But this, under these circumstances, is far from straightforward. 3 points the lead.
28.
But look where that other red is up there, to the right of the green. That's a problem.
John Higgins, 28.
Well, first things first, the red was a problem. It stayed out. Ding will still have the same problem of the last red, but Higgins at least expected to get down to it. Wow, what a nervy decider it's turned into.
Well, I know a few players that might attempt to remove that awkward red right here from this one over the pocket. Don't think Ding will. This could be good. Always better to play for a colour that's close to the awkward red that you're trying to remove. Does he have an angle on the brown to play the cue ball off the top cushion here, or the bulk cushion? A little bit of right hand side to take the cue ball towards that red. There's the side spin. Oh, he's missed the cannon. So, just a safety shot, but he can swing this red around the angles, try and get it in behind the black somewhere, and get a good cue ball and put John in trouble. Oh, this looks fantastic. Surely there's not a gap here, is there?
5. Thank you, John.
Well, they've all had a look. The ref, Ding, had a little look. Looks like Higgins is going to play a slight swerve. So 2 points in it, in the deciding frame on the last red.
Well, Ding, I have to say, has been very unfortunate on the last 2 occasions. It's still a good safety, and John is faced with a modicum of difficulty here, and he's under extreme pressure, but he could easily have been snookered there, and he isn't. A great safety from John, but very fortunate the cue ball finished behind the brown there. But Ding can play this off 2 cushions, knock the red back in towards bulk. be happy with this. If that red can slow down, my goodness, it's running forever. Wow, how on earth has that red finished over that corner pocket? I don't know.
One.
It's a very good pot, isn't it? Yellow's going to put him a point in front. But it stayed out. Wow.
John Higgins.
More
one.
drama.
Oh, goodness me, I don't know how much more of this I can cope with. What a frame of snooker this has been. The pressure has told on numerous occasions. And there could still be more yet to come. Surely Ding's not going to attempt the double here, is he? He is. Oh, it did everything except go in. Well, I have to say, Ding deserves a bit of good fortune. He's had none of late.
But again, he can at least see the yellow. Anyway, anything could happen from now on in, couldn't it? It's been such a dramatic frame. I.e. Higgins could pot it. I said he could see it and he's potted it.
Ugh.
What next, Dom?
Well, John played that with such a terrific amount of check side on the cube. I don't believe he could have gone for that yellow. He's got a chance of the green into the centre pocket, but the cube will probably be cannoning the pink. But I think he's going for it. Oh, he avoided the cannon on the pink. And he's on the brown. One good positional shot is all that stands between John Higgins and a place in tomorrow's group of champions.
Nine.
Well, Ding has made 2 centuries in the final. 101 in frame 2, 131 in frame 4. Of course, Higgins kicked off with a 1-3-4. This decider has been a nervy affair.
14.
John Higgins just needs this simple pink to put himself into the winners group. And in it goes. John Higgins has won a very, very dramatic Group 7 final here in Leicester, and he takes the last place in the winners group of the Championship League. Disappointment for Ding Junhui. As I say, he had 2 centuries in the final, but it wasn't to be for him. It is John Higgins, twice the winner of the Championship League, who will join